Just so you know, I got to practice what I preach, so I am putting the meeting up on YouTube, so you can always prove this again later. I'm going to do it with the slides with me down in the bottom corner. But what I'm using, just so you know, I've just got a regular webcam up on a tripod. It's a regular one you can buy for $50. I'm using TechSmith software. It's called Camtasia, and that'll do the screen capture and record me over here in the corner doing stuff and talking. And then I'm using, it's about $100, this microphone, which really helps the sound quality a lot. So a couple $100, you can get yourself set up, to kind of do the same style of thing. So if you want to do, I'm sure my voice is fading over there, but if you want to do like educational style videos where you're doing a screen share and, talking in the background, this is just one software that does that. There's others, of course, right now. So I don't know if you know when you log into MLS and it shows you the number of properties. I don't know if you remember or not, but back in probably June, July, beginning of August, that number was like 56,000. That number right now is like 50,000. So it's over 10% lower in available properties than it was this time just last quarter. So there is a lot fewer properties for sale now than there were a while back. So we've been going over the 37 referral generating campaigns. The first ones we went over last week all had to do with video, hence why we're on video this morning. But we're also going to dive into other things that you can now do so you can become more known, respected, and in demand for business, hopefully here. So if you don't want to do video, what are you going to do, right? So what stops you from doing video is the same story that stops your growth anywhere and everywhere. Okay, the same excuses you come up with why you don't want to do video, it's going to be the same excuse or a similar excuse you're going to come up with why you don't want to call customers. It's going to be the same excuse why you don't want to, prospect, why you don't want to door knock, and eventually why you're back working somewhere else, So not to say that if you don't want to do video, you're going to be out of business, but, you definitely don't want the fear to take you over. Just be, maybe video is not your thing. Something else needs to be your thing. Share what you're committed to. Roddy, what are you committed to as far as getting yourself out of your comfort zone? And
what am I committed to? I think going out there and knocking on doors, being more open to meeting customers that way or prospecting that way.
Okay. Have you done any of that yet or no?
Couple.
Okay.
But you walk up there with the fear of the rejection part is what it's hard.
The fear of getting shot and rejected.
Exactly. Well, yeah. You know what? I never thought about that.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to put that in your head. No. One thing I will say that Jeanette Oliveras, who is doing a lot of door knocking, she said that what she learned was don't ask if they have a minute. Just start your spiel. Because if you ask, they always shut you down. But if you're just like, hey, how you doing? This is Rodney from Century 21, and just got the house listed down the street, or whatever it is you're there for, just go right into your pitch, as opposed to saying, hey, this is Rodney from Century 21. You got a minute? They're like, no, sorry, I don't have a minute. So keep that in mind. John, how about you?
I've been stuck on real estate a little bit lately, so
Yeah.
I'm committed to
Getting back into it?
get it done.
All right, awesome. How about you, Frank? I know you've done some different things lately.
Really. I think I'm gonna start trying the videos.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm supposed to have a guy here later today, hopefully, if he shows up this time. He mentioned like $200 to do intro videos and different things like that, so it sounded fairly reasonable. But of course we do have all the equipment here. The hardest thing's coming up with what you want to say. That's where I'm stuck right now, is trying to figure out what do we want to do for an office intro video and that kind of thing. We are getting all those signs redone with the new logos, so we're gonna, after that gets done, then we'll do the intro video for the office and stuff. Janice, how about you?
Cold calls, getting over the
You gonna try to do some cold calls?
rejection.
All right, well, come in this Thursday. We'll do some cold calls together. Seriously. Robin, how about you?
Cold call sounds really good.
Yeah.
I'm just learning. So
Yeah.
I'm listening to everyone and trying to get as much education as I can.
Okay.
So I can dive in.
All right. Well, and let me know when you have time or whatever, and we can schedule stuff to get you through, some of the tools and software, so you understand, what's going on with different things, like our Real Geeks website and that kind of stuff, so we can help you start generating leads and things like that.
Okay.
All right, cool.
It's good.
Sally, how about you?
Really staying on my sphere of influence, the people that I've helped before,
Yeah.
and just really tapping into that, and also FISBOs.
Okay. Well, you know, and that's basically what this series is about, is how to grow that sphere, you know, how to get more referral business. You know, your sphere starts with the people you know when you get in the business, but your sphere should grow exponentially as you're in this business with all the different contacts you make. Think of the Facebook, I don't call them leads. Think of the Facebook contacts that you get when you get things like that through social media. Think of them as contacts. Think of them as enlarging your sphere, as being able to get your message out to those people in particular. And you know, you have a lot of people to drip on for future business. I wouldn't look at them as more of an immediate lead, because then that's going to discourage you more. But if you look at it as, hey, I could stand in front of Publix and pass my card out to people, you know, to grow my sphere, or I could get on Facebook and run some ads, and you know, for $1.50 to $2 to $3 a person, I'm adding people into my sphere of influence. Because that's really what it amounts to. I mean, you might come across one of those people that, wrong keyboard, that's immediate and ready to go, but for the most part, you're just growing that people that are wearing it. So one thing you could do is, we're going to have about 10 things today, and then we got 10 more for next week, and then we'll be done with this series and we'll move on to something else. But you could create your own BNI, which a BNI is your business networking, whatever I stands for. But we have one at the gym that Janice is part of, and it's not a very good one, so we're probably going to get out of it. But it's like 3 hairdressers, then gym owner and Janice. So you know, and everybody's married to a realtor, so it's, you know, it's not a very good BNI group. But you could either find one to join, or you could start your own. And I mean, a BNI group is other people that are in business, so they should be willing to support the expenses that would go along with it. Like if you guys were meeting for breakfast or whatever, you know, invite local entrepreneurs, CPAs. You don't want just one person from each category. You don't want people overlapping if you can help it, because then the referrals become lopsided and that kind of thing. So seek out one person from each type of business that you can think of that you might either know in your sphere. Because even your friends, you could be like, hey, you know, I know you own this and you own that. Let's get together and, you know, bang our heads around on ideas for marketing, and I'll pass referrals that I can to you, and you pass referrals you can to me, and you know, you grow your reach that way. So, you know, get with a loan officer in here if you need a loan officer for the group, or you can bring an outside loan officer in, but get one from here if you need somebody for the group. Title reps, we have an attorney in here that you could also tap into if she's not already part of some groups. But anybody, right? But run it like a mastermind. Meet monthly, weekly, bi-weekly, whatever it is, but meet on a regular basis. Now, one of the things they were doing for the gym was they put up a TV in the gym, and all the people that were part of the group were supposed to get, you know, their advertising on the gym, that kind of stuff. If people in the group have physical locations and they're allowed to do that, that could be a perk of the group or something like that. Morning, Janice. We're just talking about the B&I group at Hume. So the B&I group that, like I was saying, Janice is part of is not the best one in the world, but definitely is not a bad idea. I know Damaris and Angela really grew their businesses a lot through B&I when they were first starting, because it really does help you get out there and network with a lot of different people. So share your goals with each other, discuss business challenges, you know, what's working in your business, because pretty much business is business in some ways, and if something's working for them, it might work for you. One of the great things about being a realtor is you learn so much about marketing. You could apply that to just about any business. So, you know, you come with a wealth of knowledge about different forms of marketing that you might be able to pass on to the group that they just have no idea about. So they learn together. You know, maybe have a certain leadership book that you're going through, as well as meeting to discuss referrals. It gives you something to talk about in your meeting. You know, that kind of thing. Could be like the 4 Disciplines of Execution. It could be Franklin Covey and Scott Covey's have tons of books, you know, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, different things like that. Connect one-on-one. Now in Janice's B&I group, I think they rotate every week. Somebody gets to get up and do a presentation for like 10 minutes about their business, you know, different things like that. So, you know, everybody gets a fair shot at saying what they do and how they work, and, you know, what kind of referrals they're looking for, because you know, you might be doing residential real estate and somebody's there that has access to commercial customers, but maybe you don't really want commercial customers, or Maybe you need to learn commercial if that's the case. you know, let them know what you do and everything, and then you'll hopefully find some people to send you some stuff. So, and then co-market annually, it says 1 or 2 times. Again, everybody's in business, everybody's got money to spend on marketing, so share that expense with them. You could do a joint ad in a magazine. Magazine ads aren't the greatest thing in the world, but you can try to do some joint ads, fairs and stuff like that, where you have a tent. You can maybe split the cost on the tent with them for something. You could be there passing out cards and they could be doing whatever they're doing. So that's one idea. I keep using the wrong keyboard.
It might have been up there, the chamber events.
Oh yeah, Chamber of Commerce. There's the Central Chamber, which we are a member of. There's the Wellington Chamber. There's North and South Chambers. That's just for the county. Then every city's got their own chamber. Chambers have events, socializing events, business events where you can go and meet other people and pass your cards out. So if you just moved here and you don't have a big sphere, go to those things, pass your cards out, get to know a lot of people. They're all going to be business people. So it's a referral force multiplier. So basically you get with 10 other professionals and they've got 100 people in their sphere. Now you got 1,000 people, hopefully, that are going to be hearing your message. And that goes with just about anything. If you can learn to tap into the people around you, their sphere, then you're going to be able to get a lot more business. And the way you do that is by letting those people know, hey, I'm in real estate, and if you hear of anything, make sure you let me know about it. So, if you're social, do events for referrers. Invite everybody who referred you business to 4 events a year just for them. I've heard people maybe rent the movie theater and show, bring all the families out to the movies, and then of course get up and do a little speech before the movie starts and ask for more referrals. But if anybody's referred you business, you definitely want to reward them for that referral. So immediately upon hearing about a referral, you should give them a nice thank you email, maybe a Starbucks gift card or something like that. If the referral actually works out, maybe you treat them to a dinner out or something like that. And then a couple times a year, throw an event, holiday parties, whatever you want to do to get everybody together. And again, you're making them aware you're in business, you're staying in touch with your past clients in your sphere, and you're asking for that business, and so that's going to result in more referrals. All the referrals are also generated by calling, inviting, engaging, connecting with your best clients in the sphere. So again, if you're not calling them up, asking for business, and also make sure you ask for the business. I thought that was going to be the next slide, but it wasn't. Mm-hmm. But, when you get them on the phone, get over that fear and just say, hey, if it's somebody you talk to all the time, obviously you're not going to ask them every single time you're talking to them. But if it's not, then just say, hey, don't forget I'm in real estate, so just let me know, have you had any thoughts, or do you know anybody that's had any thoughts? Mail all your top 50 closest people, 50 past clients, whatever, because this takes time to do, so you don't want to do too many people. But mail your top 50 a CMA, inform them what's going on in their neighborhood. Every house you sell should go into this database and should get a CMA from you, twice a year, because you never know when somebody's going to have marital issues and want to sell, or somebody's going to have, it happens.
Sorry.
It does. It happens.
Exactly. Right.
Or unfortunate
Or they
things
pass
like
away.
death or something like that, So keeping them informed and up to date on what's going on in their neighborhood is going to hopefully break that trend of 80% would use the same agent, but only 20% do because they don't stay in touch. So if you stay in touch and send them out these nice little CMA, personally done, a little note from you, that kind of thing, that could go a long way to getting more referrals. This is another thing too. Actually write this down. Write down where and when you're going to ask for referrals in the transaction. And make sure you ask at least 3 times. So you start working with somebody, a lead comes in, you're getting them on the phone, you're going out, you're showing them property, you're feeling a connection. Okay, boom, I ask on the 3rd house I show. And then you write the contract and it gets accepted. Boom, after my contract gets accepted, I ask again. And then boom, right before closing, I ask a 3rd time, And then I don't know if you guys saw last night on Facebook. I think it was last night because at least Sandra saw it last night. But Miriam, she's got a closing she just had. She's got her people at the table. They're talking about what a great job she did. It's all in Spanish. I had Sandra translate it for me. But, they're talking about what a fantastic job she did and how she helped educate them and didn't just sell them the first house they saw and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, she uses that stuff tremendously on Instagram and Facebook and everything. So, and how easy is it for her to, when she gets in front of her next client, even if they've never heard of her, to say, here, watch all my client testimonials and you'll see why you want to stick with me, you know? So I got to ask her how she does it, because again, she must have a camera set up and different things, because
You
it's,
need to come and teach a class.
yeah, exactly. I'm going to ask her to actually come in and see if she can teach a class on it, because it is very effective, you know? But for example, what we just went through, you know, when they sign the listing agreement, you know, if you solved a problem for them, once all the contingencies are met, when you hand them the keys, maybe you stop by the day they're moving in. But if you have it on a system, then you won't forget. You know, you put it as part of your checklist. Okay, I got a listing agreement. Now I got to put up a sign. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do that. I got to ask for a referral. Boom. You know, so if you have it on your checklist and you have it as part of your system, you won't forget. If you just rely on memory to do it, then it's not going to probably happen. At least with my memory, it won't. So, that's what I just said again. Don't leave it to memory. So I think I took a look at the things first. Oh, this is what I thought was going to be that next slide before. But how do you get what you want? You ask. So, if you don't ask for the referrals, don't be surprised if you don't get them. You know, so make sure you ask for them.
Simple.
Yep. This is actually really good because I'm horrible at small talk and stuff like that with people. But go on 3 coffee meetings a week and ask the questions. So this gives you 18 questions to ask, which
We have it in
I have a copy of the slide for you.
there we go.
This gives you 18 questions to ask. You know what? And a couple of them I think are really good because they're really kind of like thought provoking. As you look at your life on a radar scope, there'll be ups and downs. What's one of your highest highs? You know, it gets people talking about whatever it is that they accomplished that they want to brag about. You know, it also says, what about your lowest lows? You know, that's you're diving deep into people's psyche on some of these. You know. But they're actually really good questions to ask if you don't have anything else to talk about, you know? It's, I need to keep this on like a little handy reference chart in my pocket or something. You know, from your childhood, what had the biggest impact on you? Were you active in school? What's one memory that stands out? I don't know, just little things that maybe have a conversation that's different than the normal. Morning. All righty.
These are good questions for dating too.
So, exactly.
For first date.
Yeah.
Hey, I think some of these are really great.
Have any of your dates never made it home? Create a surprise and delight campaign for clients under contract. What does that mean? You know, you get somebody, you get them under contract. What are you going to do to set yourself apart and make yourself stand out and maybe make them want to give you a referral without you even having to ask for it? You know, here's one example. She sends them 25 cupcakes and says it's about 25 days till closing. Enjoy a cupcake a day until you pull your hair out. But until we have a successful close, here's to a sweet and smooth closing process. So, you know, that helps her stand out. It could be something completely different that you do. But is there anything you do with somebody in a contract once they're in contract with you to make yourself really shine, you know? So again, these are 37 referral generating campaigns. It's about things to do to want to either ask and or want people to give you a referral. After the closing, this is a good one. Have flowers delivered to the client's office and send them a bomb thank you for working with me video. But have the flowers sent to their office. The reason for that is all their coworkers will be like, hey, who the hell did you get flowers from? Oh, it's from my realtor. What? Your realtor sent you flowers? You know.
Good idea.
So it's a good way to get hopefully referrals from their coworkers and or to get in trouble. Send them to the husband and the wife at the same time. So yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of creepy. But no, you send them to the office, you know, so that way you get that exposure. As long as they're not like in a one-person office. If they're in a one-person office, don't bother. No, I'm just kidding. Do it anyways. But closing gifts are a big thing. I don't know if anybody does closing gifts. You know, you should do closing
Yeah.
gifts of some sort. Something that hopefully they'll keep and remember. You know, that kind of thing. I would do gift cards and stuff like that, but they go to Home Depot, they spend them, and then they forget. So grow your sphere, lunch with past clients and their office mates. So this is also a good idea. You know, call them up and go, hey, you know, I'd like to take you and 3 of your coworkers out to lunch. So now you're, you know, gonna hopefully not get just to have lunch with them. You're gonna have lunch with 3 of their friends. You can talk and chat and see, and hopefully ask for referrals from 4 people as opposed to 1. You know, it doesn't have to be an expensive lunch. It could be, you know, something not too expensive, or it could be coffee or whatever. But the point is to involve other people from their sphere and get them into your sphere. So agent to agent referrals. So this is a big one. This is why you want to go to the 121 experience when we go in you know, in LA, because you want to network with other realtors from around the world, so that if they have people that are looking to move to South Florida and Palm Beach, that they're going to think of you to send the referral to them. This way, they tell you to go on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, identify agents in highly referable cities that you want to get referrals from. So maybe you look in New York and New Jersey and Pennsylvania and maybe even Toronto and stuff, because we get a lot of referrals from the Northeast, right? You identify those agents that seem like they're busy agents up there that, you know, maybe you have clients that come down here maybe, and you like them, you follow them, you do that kind of stuff, and you schmooze them up to get them to send you referrals as opposed to whoever they're sending to now. Of course, at events, meet as many great people as possible, add them to your database. And that's when when you go to the 121 experience, you go to these Tom Ferry events that are even local. There's realtors from all over the country at these things. We met some lady from Beverly Hills at the last one, and she's going to be coming in October. I think I got to follow up with her. In October, she knows J.P. Morgan Chase Air, I guess, out here in Wellington, and and we're in Wellington. She's like, oh, I know Wellington. We're in Anaheim, California. So, you never know when you're going to run into somebody that might be able to refer you business and stuff. So definitely go to those events because they're good. Not only for education, but for referrals. Upload all agents in town you've completed a transaction with into your database. I guess, although I don't know, I've never really gotten a referral from a local agent in town for the most part. But maybe if somebody's getting out of the business or something like that, they might refer you business. And your plan of action is communicate every 30 to 45 days, stay top of mind, email, video, and text, schedule to meet 2 or 3 times a year, and go out of your way to find referrals for them. If you're asking them for referrals, you got a real, although it's hard to find referrals for people moving north, typically people move south and that's it. But somebody's got a house up north to sell to be able to move here, then you refer that agent so then they can list that property up in New Jersey or New York or whatever. So try to figure out ways that you can give them referrals so that they can, in return, send you referrals. And that's the 10 that I have for this morning. Did I go too fast yet? Does anybody want to go further into any one of these? Anybody weak? Okay, just checking.
Yes.
All right, so what's coming up? We got the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within, November 7th to the 10th. If you haven't signed up for that, if you still want to, I'm sure we can get tickets. It was $6.95 a person, but it's a 4-day event. That's all 4 days, and you get to walk on fire and stuff like that. So, should be good. This Wednesday, actually, there's only one house doing a broker's open, and it really didn't look all that appealing, so I don't think that we're going to have necessarily a broker's open. We'll see if there's any new homes around, and I'll let you know if we can find anything, but this Wednesday might not have it. Thursday's Lunch and Learn is going to be no restoration. They do like water damage and different things like that, so I know Jermaine was telling me about one that they cleaned up for him where the guy replaced, he had his refrigerator replaced, and they didn't hook up the water line properly. And the next morning, the guy wakes up and he's walking through his house and there's water all over the place because, so you never know. Call night Thursday night. So come in Thursday from 4 to 6 and we'll get on the phones and cold call. We'll use Vulcan 7 or we'll go over scripts and that kind of stuff. This Saturday is the pumpkin carving at Tiger Cove Park at 1 p.m. So plan on coming. Sandra, you want to tell me about that?
Saturday, bring all your kids. We're going to do face painting and pumpkin carving. So bring a pumpkin. I have tools.
Oh, we gotta bring pumpkins?
Huh?
They gotta bring their own pumpkin, or we gotta go buy some? Okay. All right.
I'll have pumpkins.
We'll have to go hit up pumpkin patch.
Yeah. There's a bunch.
All right.
But the best ones are in Publix because they're refrigerated. Those ones out there, they'll go really fast. Yeah. Right. Especially living in Monterey.
December 6th, we're doing our annual party at the house, at our house. This year we're bringing it back to the house, so plan on that. It's a Friday night. We'll have a DJ, no kids on that one.
Yeah, it's a lot
But
of people.
you know, we'll have it
so-
catered. We'll have bartenders and all that, and it'll be a lot of fun. So plan on that. A lot of dancing, exactly. It's always a lot of fun.
Right.
And of course, we got the listing contest going on right now. So we're almost halfway to our goal on that, and we still have 24 days to go. So let's get some listings. Agent training week is next week. I sent out all the invitations yesterday for the classes. So if you can attend those, please do. This is the listing contest that we have currently going on right now. So right now we're at 12 listings. We only have 13 to go. Everybody who gets a listing will be invited with their spouse along to, or a friend, along to go to Drive Shack, which it is open. So I can take off the if open, because from what I hear, it's open. And the top 2 agents will receive a $250 bonus for either by units or volume, or a $500 bonus if you got units and volume. Does anybody have any questions on that?
Let's get listings.
All right. Well, that's pretty much. Don't let fear rob you of your success.
I
Yes.
went to the 14-hour continuing education. I like
Okay.
to go to this place. So the guy, the teacher in there, he's a very old man. He was 20-something years as real estate attorney. So he was telling the story about this man that works at a rich people house and maintenance. So the guy asked the younger kid to get the license. He went there, he took the real estate license. So the owner of the property asked him, "Boy, I hear you got your real estate license. Can you list that property for me, that little house in the back?" "Sure, that'll do it." So it was listed for a couple weeks, so sometime nothing happened. So the owner said, "You know what? Let's list the whole thing. I wanna sell all this." They came out with a price, $42 million.
Oh, jeez.
And the kid got a buyer and the sell in less than 2 months.
Wow.
So guy Tiger Woods bought the whole property.
Wow. Wow. That's
He
crazy.
said in the first deal, $42 million buy and sell.
Well, we
No,
do-
they're friends. The kid and Tiger Woods, they said
Yeah.
all over the place.
I bet. That's
But
a
just down now.
Nice.
yeah. That's a $1.2 million commission. Or what was
It's
it?
6%. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
It's
Yeah.
not
2 million and a
We don't
half,
have to worry about
Yeah.
listing anymore, that's for sure.
Exactly. Well, just we do. Joris Reyes just got a new listing in Wellington for 1.7 million. It's
Wow.
off of Flying Cow, way off the back end over there, but I'm sure it must be near the polo grounds. The house is about 2,000 square feet, but it has 18 horse stall barn. It's really nice, and paddocks and all that kind of thing.
But that kind of
Um,
listings, you have to spend a lot of money in advertising for your own pocket.
Yeah,
To get successful.
for the most part. I mean, we're gonna do a broker's open and that kind of stuff. She's coming in this week, so we can discuss how to get not set up and that kind of thing. And then Miriam just closed a $900,000 new sale up in Orlando, new constructions. You know, got the person registered and
Wow.
yeah. So you know, there are some good deals out there that you can find them.